Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin pushes for new mental health agenda after mass shootings. Um, I actually love that he's doing this. I think it should be more emphasis from governors on mental health because a lot of people have a lot of mental health issues, and I'm glad he's actually talking about something that actually would help people rather than talking about banning guns like the leftists always talk about. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Now, when you hit that alarm bell, click it again, and you can change it from personal to all. That way, you get all notifications from when I'm putting out stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram where I put out even more news. So check that out as well. All right, let's talk about this news here. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is proposing a new agenda on mental health priorities following two mass shootings that left roughly 10 people dead. Mr. Youngkin said he would seek to shore up resources for mental health precautions, including efforts to provide immediate help to those undergoing mental health crisis and adding more staff. Quote, it's extremely important, Mr. Youngkin told reporters this week. Quote, we know that we have been in a mental health crisis, and there are some very immediate actions that we need to take. Virginia has faced a major staffing shortfalls that forced the closure of five mental um, hospitals to new administrations due to safety concerns, according to the Virginia Mercury, and I can contest to that. I worked in mental health facilities before in Virginia where it's been short staffed, and then they ask you to work overtime and all that other stuff, and it's just terrible atmospheres because you overworked and stuff like that. It wasn't really, they didn't really have the funding they needed because of the staff shortages and them not wanting to really pay people. So I'm glad someone is actually stepping up to do something about this. But the number of patients admitted to state hospitals through temporary detention orders has increased by almost 400%. On gun laws, Mr. Youngkin declined to comment on such issues, adding that it's, quote, not the time to discuss firearms while investigations remain pending. That's good for him. Quote, I fundamentally believe that there is going to be a moment to talk about these things. I believe the people who are trying to bring them up are trying to talk about things that really have a time. Um, Today is not the time. Today is the time to support families and bring people together. There will be a moment to talk about these things, Mr. Youngkin said. Mr. Youngkin comments follow two mass shootings in Virginia, including one last week at a Chesapeake Walmart on Tuesday night that left seven people dead. Four people also remain hospitalized. The shooter died of a self sustained injury. Earlier this month, a University of Virginia student shot and killed three former football teammates and injured two on a bus that was returning from a field trip to Washington. The alleged shooter is in custody, and the state attorney's general office is conducting an external investigation into the matter at the request of the university. So again, I'm glad that they're finally doing something about the mental health crisis. It needs to be addressed. Again, I hope more governors would address this issue and get people the much needed help that they need. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.